So good morning all. In today's session, we are going to solve our sixth assignment, that is static structural of a mechanical component. And when I say mechanical component, we are actually considering a three-dimensional analysis, because in earlier session we have completed 1D analysis, 2D analysis. Now it's time to work on the three-dimensional component, three-dimensional analysis. For the sake of simplicity, we are going to deal with only static structural problem. And to solve this assignment or to complete this assignment, we will be using ANSYS workbench. Now, main focus of this assignment is to understand the process or procedure which we need to follow in the workbench, rather than focusing on the problem and its solution. Our main motivation is to explore this workbench part, कैसे यूज होता है, क्या कर सकते हैं, and what are some general guideline, what are some steps those are involved in ANSYS. ठीक है. ANSYS workbench is widely used in industry. In some moment I'll tell you why there is a why we go with workbench. Okay. So but to understand this concept of analysis doing in a workbench, we will take a simple example. We'll consider this example for the static structural analysis. The example is of circular stand for supporting a load of LED TV. That means we are focusing on doing the analysis of this structure. जो आपका टीवी का सपोर्ट सिस्टम रहता है, उसको एनालिसिस करना है. ठीक है. Now look at, we will spend some time to understand the problem statement first. So this stand which will be on the tabletop, he has to sustain or withstand the body weight of LED TV unit. So you can calculate the weight, or you can measure the weight, and based on the weight you can calculate or find out the force that will be get exerted by this TV unit on our circular stand. ठीक है. Aim of this study is to find out the stresses induced in the system as well as a displacement. Okay. We have take considering this example because in its nature, it's a static analysis, because there is no time varying load or variation in the load. When we mount the TV at that moment, after prolonged period of time, the load is constant. There is no change. The behavior of the material is as also assumed to be constant, linear. Okay. So that's why this analysis will be a static structural analysis. It's a static, it is in a equilibrium condition. Okay. Now the design geometry is directly given to you. So use that geometrical file. That means the geometrical properties are known to us. For any analysis we need three data. First is geometrical property, second one is material property, and third one is boundary condition. So out of which geometrical property, already we have the .estp file. That means geometry is available, all the dimensions are available for us. Then material property, the stand is made up of ABS plastic, ऐसा उन्होंने बताया है. It is made up of ABS plastic. The material property for this ABS plastic are given in the problem statement, like E, Young's modulus is equal to 2.62 into 10 to the power 9 Newton per mm square. Then mu, Poisson's ratio, is equal to 0.34. Along with that, sigma y, yield strength is given, which is 37 megapascal. So this data is available with you. So based on this data, we need to prepare a material called as a ABS plastic. So material properties are known, geometrical properties are known. Now look at the boundary condition. In the boundary condition, there are two categories. First one is a load, and load already we have known how to calculate this load. Just weight karo LED TV ka, multiply it with 9.81, you will get the force exerted by this TV unit in Newton. In Newton. So it has been already stated in this, the design load 42 Newton applies the on the throw. Okay, so 42 Newton load is given. And second thing in boundary condition required is constraint. Constraint means support. Okay, so TV unit, this TV unit, sorry, this stand is situated on the table top, टेबल के ऊपर रहेगा. So that means the bottom surface is supported. It will not have allowed to have a displacement in this direction. Okay, so that is your constraint. So all three things are known to us. Let's jump on to the workbench and solve this numerical. Now, how to launch workbench? You can search it here, workbench, or you can go to start, all program, ANSYS 18.1, and there you will find workbench. Or in some cases, here we will have a icon after installation for workbench. So double click on the workbench and launch the software. Launch the workbench module. So when you launch the workbench module, you will be dealing with this window. In this window, as we don't have a lot of time to explore each and every beat, each and every option. Let's quickly have a small introduction ki kya important hai. So as soon as you go into the workbench, first thing you should be doing is changing or selecting proper unit system. Now there is the advantage of using workbench. Unlike APDL may we don't have facility to deal with units. Manually we had to convert all the system, all the units. But here in workbench you can have a unit system for particular project. So go to units and select the desired unit system. Generally, us Indian mechanical engineer deal with metric system or SI system in which the dimensions are given in mm. Okay, कभी कभी आपको SI सिस्टम में मीटर्स में भी मिलेगा, बट अगर मैकेनिकल के मैक्सिमम कंपोनेंट छोटे रहते हैं, स्मॉलर रहते हैं, so we specify all the dimensions in mm rather than in meter. So change the unit system as per your requirement. If your particular system of unit is not available, you can add it by clicking on unit system and here select appropriately. Okay, so I'll select unit to metric, kg, mm, second, degree Celsius, Newton. Select कर लिया. Next part we should be focusing on toolbox. So in toolbox you will find बहुत सारे options available है, analysis types available है. Okay, now I'll tell you the reason why workbench, ANSYS workbench is used in the industry widely. The first reason is workbench can handle plenty of types of analysis, not just static analysis, not just dynamic analysis. It can handle plenty of type. Like in the workbench itself, you can do a CFD analysis. Unlike remaining softwares like OpenFOAM, in OpenFOAM you can do only CFD analysis. In OptiStruct you can do optimization, topology optimization basically, and few static structural analysis. Then COMSOL, you can go for multi-physics analysis, but not the buckling analysis, not the thermal analysis. Okay, In Abacus too, even Abacus has multiple options, but not these many. So that is first advantage. It can handle different types of analysis system. Second thing, in the analysis also, we have a lot of freedom. We can handle different types of boundary condition, the meshing, little bit control on the meshing also. ऐसा नहीं कि जैसे OptiStrut, you cannot do perform meshing in the OptiStrut. You need a first hyper mesh to do a meshing, or ANSYS to do a meshing, and then you can solve it in the OptiStrut. Okay, so this ANSYS workbench, it itself has all the facility. Even अगर आपके पास सॉलिड मॉडलिंग सॉफ्टवेयर भी नहीं होगा, क्रियो कटिया, तो भी चलेगा. In Workbench you have a facility of doing 3D modeling also. This Workbench has facility like design modeler. यहाँ पे आप मॉडलिंग कर सकते हो. Also space claim. यहाँ पे आपका कटिया सॉरी कैड मॉडल प्रिपेयर कर सकते हो. ठीक है, मेशिंग भी अंदर ही होगा. All things you can do it in the single window, single software. ऐसा नहीं कि तीन चार को कनेक्ट करना पड़ेगा. So that's why again this is one more reason for choosing Workbench over any other software. Third thing, coupled project. So third thing I'll explore कि यहाँ पे आप क्या कर सकते हो. You can perform general ट्रेंड कैसे रहता है in the industry. You start your design. Okay, after that you check it for static analysis. Simple analysis करके check करते हो कि design ठीक है कि नहीं. If it is satisfied, then you add on different types of analysis. Like if you have some kind of thermal load, you add a thermal analysis. Then you can do a dynamic analysis, modal analysis, buckling analysis. Then afterward you can pursue further and perform explicit dynamic analysis, etc. ओके, नाउ जस्ट इमेजिन इतने सारे एनालिसिस आपको एक कंपोनेंट पे परफॉर्म करने हैं. तो हर बार जैसे एक्सप्लिसिट करना होगा तो फिर से आपको ज्योमेट्रिकल प्रॉपर्टी दो, उसका मेशिंग करो, मटेरियल असाइन करो, सब हर चीज आपको ऐड करना पड़ता है. But in Workbench, what you can do, you can skip some of the step. Like from the static structural, except the part of boundary condition, बाकी वाला portion जो है geometrical property, meshing, etc. You can call and send it to thermal. Then you can send the result of thermal analysis to dynamic analysis, or सबका result combine करके you can send it to explicit dynamic analysis and so on. So you can perform a coupled analysis in the Workbench. Okay, so that's it about advertising this ANSYS, preferring this ANSYS. Now coming back to our motivation कि भाई ये प्रॉब्लम कैसे सॉल्व करते हैं, कैसे वर्क होता है वर्कबेंच. Okay, so quick glimpse. Toolbox, you can do buckling analysis in the ANSYS workbench. You can do explicit dynamic analysis, then a CFD analysis, modal analysis to find out natural frequency, mode shapes. You can perform a random vibration analysis, or rigid body dynamics. One of the most important, rigid body dynamics you can perform to test your dynamics of vehicle, suspension कैसे work हो रहा है, etc. अपना simple वाला static structural analysis. Also like OptiStrut, you can do a topology optimization using shape optimization option. Then you can do a transient structural analysis for doing nonlinear, to include non-linearity in the problem statement. You can perform a steady state as well as transient thermal analysis. Okay, so बहुत सारे options available है. You can pursue, you can explore these later on. It will take months to complete finish up all the different types of analysis. Okay, you should be going for any industrial course or course on the ANSYS workbench. So we will begin with the our problem. So our problem is of static structural kind. So let's launch this project of static structural. So there are two ways: either you can double click on this static structural, or you can just pick this static structural and drop it into the project schematic. Drop it into the project schematic. Now as soon as you get a project schematic, change the project name, LED TV analysis. Okay, static structural or SS analysis, static structural analysis. Okay, so that it will be easy for saving the project later on. One thing you should note, Workbench is very easy to handle, easy to operate. Just remember, follow the top to bottom approach. Start karo from top, go towards bottom, resolve all the queries. So the queries will be represented by some question marks. Sometimes they will be represented as a refresh button or lightning symbol or some other symbols. Okay, somehow you need to resolve these and convert them as a check mark. मतलब आपने डन किया, वो टास्क कंप्लीट कर दिया. ठीक है, सिर्फ ये दो अप्रोचेस फॉलो करो. You will not miss out on any of the step. Okay, let's start with the first thing, that is engineering data. Engineering data is nothing but your material property. Already you will find that there is a check mark in the on the engineering data part, because by default in ANSYS workbench, by default the material property assigned to your project is structural steel. Okay, so but in our case we are dealing with ABS plastic. Also when you do your final year project, or when you work on any industrial project, you are dealing with a different material, not only just structural steel. Okay, so the first thing I am going to teach you in the workbench is how to change material property. Okay, so for material, you are dealing with two scenario. In the first scenario, your desired material is available in the library and it is not the structural steel. दूसरा कुछ material है but it is available in the library. So I'll teach you how to add a material from the library to the project. Second scenario, your desired material is not available in the library. So how to prepare a new material model? Okay, both tasks are very easy, don't worry. I'll show you both the things. Library से कैसे कॉल करेंगे और नया मॉडल कैसे बनाएंगे. So let's understand this process now. Go on to engineering data, right click, and then click on edit. Click on edit. Now you will find that earlier we were in this tab, project tab में थे हम. Now we are in the engineering tab, that is material property के लिए. Currently by default we are dealing with structural steel. The properties of that structural steel are available or present here. All desired property like Young's modulus, strength, etc. Okay, now currently in the project only one material is available, structural steel. We need to have a material from the library. Okay, so first thing we will see how to add a material from the library. For that, click on or select engineering data source. Select engineering data source. यहाँ पे books जैसा symbol है. So kind of a library to you. So select engineering data source. And like library, जैसे library में आपने देखा होगा, all the mechanical books are situated in one row, civil engineering books are situated in second row, third row, and so on. So similarly, the different materials are grouped together and they are situated in under particular category. So for example, in general material, you will find our usual material like aluminum alloy, concrete, copper, cast iron, polyethylene, that means plastic. Okay, so यहाँ पे देखो general material में these are the materials readily available. Then if you are dealing with non-linear material, go and select general non-linear material. Again, the same, almost same aluminum alloy, but in front of that NL is written. That means non-linear properties are defined there. If I show you, select aluminum alloy non-linear. Okay, so here bilinear isotropic hardening is specified. Your stress strain diagram is on this right hand side. Okay, so generally we don't deal with that kind of things. Further, most of the students are nowadays working with composite material. So if you have some popular composite material, go and select composite. Here most popularly used composite materials are available like epoxy resin, some polymer based composite, etc. Okay, so these are available here. You can choose one of them. Now coming back to the easier one, go to general materials. From this readily available general material, choose one. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll add a plastic into my project. So that is here available, polyethylene. Okay, so if you would like to add any material from the library, just hit plus sign, click on this plus sign. Okay, now it is available in for your project. That's it. So first option you understood. Then you can uncheck this engineering data source, uncheck, deselect this engineering data source. So आपकी library close हो जाएगी. Okay, coming back to the project engineering data. So in my project now, the structural steel and polyethylene both materials are available, but by default whatever geometry you are going to import, it will be assigned to have a structural steel. In the lateral stage we need to change the material, but now हमने उसको कॉल करके रख दिया यहाँ पे. Now the second scenario, in the second scenario we need to build our own new material. Okay, ABS plastic. So how to add this new material? Here you will find a option, click here to add a new material. Simple, just go on there and click there, put some name to your material. So instead of writing ABS plastic, I'll get confused, I'll write it as a PRA underscore ABS plastic. So I'll be knowing that ये मैंने build किया है. It is not a default material from the ANSYS workbench. Okay, so I have added PRA underscore ABS plastic. One thing you will note, there is a question mark present in front of this name of material, because currently this material doesn't have any kind of property, it doesn't possess any material property. So that's why there is a question mark. Okay, so let's add some material property like E, mu and sigma y. So for static structural analysis we need only E and mu, but add sigma y too. I'll tell you the reason in the latter stage when we look into the results. So add these three values from design data book. Now how to add this? uh, Go to the left hand side. In the toolbox you will find different things which can be added as a material property to your new model. Okay, like density. अगर आपके पास density है and you would like to add it, you can just give it to the material, new material. Okay, so similarly for E and mu, the option available is under isotropic elasticity. If you recall the first assignment, we were selecting the materials like linear, elastic, isotropic, right? So in the same way, the linear, elastic, isotropic is available for us. How to give that to PRA underscore ABS? Just select this, hold and drop it on your new model. Okay, so वहां पे जाके drop कर दो. Now in the property outline you will see he is asking for Young's modulus and Poisson's ratio. Okay, so provide that Young's modulus and Poisson's ratio here. So you can put it like this. कितना था? 2.2.62 into 10 to the power 9 Pascal. Okay, or you can convert it into megapascal also. ठीक है. Poisson's ratio is 0.34. Enter. That's it. E and mu, this way you can add. Along with that, we needed to add a sigma y, Young's modulus. Okay, so again go back to PRA underscore ABS plastic, select that. In the toolbox, you will find a strength criteria. Here we have that tensile yield strength. So select the tensile yield strength and drop it on your name, your material, PRA underscore ABS plastic. Okay, now here add that material property. It was described as this 37 megapascal. Okay, so let's convert this pascal into megapascal. Here, right, enter your magnitude 37. That's it. So properties has been defined, and you will observe that no question mark is present in front of the material, new material. So I hope all of you have understood how to add new material. Okay, so now we will go back to the project schematic and go to the next step. So engineering data, close this tab. Okay, now coming back to the earlier window. So material property check. Now geometrical property. So geometry insert करना है आपको. In the ANSYS workbench, I told you earlier, there are three options to deal with geometry. The first option is you can prepare your CAD model using Design Modeler. It's like kind of a AutoCAD version. Then second approach, you can build your CAD model using SpaceClaim, kind of a very simple 3D modeling software. A few years back, SpaceClaim was a different entity, different software, but ANSYS took over it and included in the workbench. Third, is you can, if you have your own solid modeling software or the geometry is already built in some format, so you can import the geometry. So that is your third option. So for importing the geometry, first you need to convert your usual regular CAD model into step file or IGES file. Okay, so these two formats are useful while importing geometry. Okay, so already I have sent you geometry STP file for this problem statement. So let's see how to import. Select the geometry, right click. You will find three options, starting with Design Modeler, new SpaceClaim geometry, and import geometry. Okay, so go to import geometry, go to browse, go hover into your particular folder, look for your step file, select the step file, open. Check mark will be there in the geometry. Now is the model, turn off model. Now here we'll go for boundary condition and further end of project. Okay, but to do this, from project schematic, from this window, we are going to switch to a new window called as a mechanical window. So in mechanical window, we will complete the remaining task. So how to go switch to that? Select that model and a double click. Okay, so double click on that. The setup, solution and results, we will do it in the mechanical module of workbench. So based on the static structural, the options will be available in there. You can see यहाँ पे starting mechanical, So it will take some time to launch that module. Wait for some time, get it loaded. Now it is ready for us. So we will not explore all the options because it will take too much time. So I'll leave this part for you to further explore later on. You do some kind of courses based on the ANSYS. What I'll tell you in the short is the outline of the project. So this is your project outline. All the tasks will be done in here. Then the definition of all these things will be given in the details, and you can work with your graphics from here. This is your graphical window. So your results, your manipulation, your selections will be done in graphics window, but the definitions will be given in this detail window, and project schematic or project outline is present here. Okay, so first thing I'll show you, or I'll go through the complete picture what we are going to do here. So in outline here, first explore the geometry. You will find the name of geometry, a name of component. Okay, here we are going to apply material property. So we are going to assign material. Then in the mesh, yes, it's a meshing tool. So we will do meshing. Then यहाँ पे question mark है static structural A5. So in static structural, we are going to apply boundary condition like load and constraint. Then in solution, that is your post-processing part, here we are going to add and evaluate various results after solving the problem. Okay, so these are the four things we are going to do here. Starting with assigning material, select that component. In the details, you will find that the current material assignment is structural steel, but we would like to have a ABS here, right? So how to change this to ABS? Go and click on structural steel. There you will find a kind of a pull down menu, and there select that PRA underscore ABS plastic. See, we have added polyethylene and ABS plastic. So as per your requirement, please select the appropriate material. I'll select PRA underscore ABS plastic. अब जाके material assign हुआ, correct material has been assigned to our geometry. Then go to mesh. Now again, if you would like to explore mesh, it will take around 4 to 6 hours, 4 to 5 hours to done with the meshing. We don't have that much time. Also, unlike hypermesh, we don't have that much control on meshing, but yes, we have some scope. We can do small things related to meshing, like we can go with the coarse mesh, fine mesh, or medium mesh. We can define ki bhai har in every aspect the geometry will have a small amount of material element or the size of element. You can define it here. Also you can go with the face meshing, or you can change the methodology. So some of the options are available, but not uh, to the extent of hypermesh. Okay, so if you right click on the mesh, insert, so these are the things by which you can optimize your mesh. Okay, you can have control on the meshing. Okay, so I'll not go in that. So I'll go with the basic. By default जो भी setting होगा, we will generate the mesh with those default setting. So click on right click on the mesh and then click on generate mesh. Okay, so in few seconds the mesh has been generated. So this is a chorus mesh. Let's see how to manipulate this mesh. Go to details of mesh. Look at the statistics. So in the statistics, you will find in the current situation, current mesh has generated around 10,000 nodes, and we are dealing with 5,000 around number of elements. Okay, In the student version of or academic version of ANSYS, we have a limitation on nodes around 35,000 only. Okay, so keep it less than that to perform your analysis. I'll show you how to change the sizing of the mesh. I'll go to sizing. In the relevant center, you can change the coarse to medium, medium to fine mesh, or you can define कि भाई the element size is 5 mm or 2 mm or 3 mm like that. Okay, so some of the options are available in this case. So I'll change coarse to fine. Okay, and then again I have to update the mesh, or you can say generate the mesh. It will do the same thing.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Sir, that option.
Okay, so your meshing is done. Now we will apply boundary condition. So in static structural, select static structural, right click, insert. So these are the options available for applying boundary condition. Okay, so lot many things are available here. Like you can apply acceleration, standard earth gravity, pressure, force, bearing load, bolt pretension also. Okay, moments. Then you can apply constraint like fixed support, displacement, remote displacement, frictionless support, compression, elastic, etc. बहुत सारे available है. So one thing I would like to highlight here, student, no one can teach you which type of boundary condition should be applied. Actually, it's intuition. It's with your experience you can apply proper boundary condition. You have to change your boundary condition. कभी load लगा के देखना है, कभी कुछ दूसरा change करके देखना पड़ेगा. So with your experience, you will be able to understand under what circumstances which type of load should be assigned or which type of constraint we need to put. Then you need a good understanding of your design approach, your mechanics. Then you should study your geometry. You should get a feel as a mechanical. Put your all knowledge of mechanical into the working of given geometry, given project, एंड स्टडी किस टाइप के फोर्सेस जनरेट हो सकते हैं. अगर जनरेट हुआ तो किस डायरेक्शन में जाएगा, उसका वेक्टर रहेगा या उसका प्रेशर रहेगा. सपोर्ट दे रहे हैं हम तो इज इट कैन वी डू ए एनालिसिस यूजिंग अ रिमोट सपोर्ट. ओके, सो यू नीड टू एक्सप्लोर दिस. I'll give you a small example. With this example you will get my point कि boundary condition कैसे it depends on the user to change in the boundary condition. So if we were dealing with this example, one analyst can do in this process in this way. So for example अगर उसको वो load apply करना है, so one can do like this. He will calculate the weight and into 9.81 जितना भी फोर्स आ रहा है 42 न्यूटन फोर्स. He will assume that the complete force is acting on the CG of this supporting stand, circular stand. Okay, other analyst, okay, he can assume that the load is acting on a point. It's a point load and it is acting on one point only. यहाँ पे ये जो पिन होगा उसके सिर्फ सेंटर पे एक्ट हो रहा होगा. One can say nahi, the load is actually acting on a line. One can say nahi, it's not a single force. Actually we should be applying the force in the point of pressure, because this whole surface area, this complete area is going to suffer that pressure. Instead of force, it will be acting as a pressure. So one will convert that Newton force, 42 Newton force, as a Newton per mm square. It will be distributed over this complete surface. Then one can apply it as a bearing load. So जो हम apply करने वाले, we are going to apply it as a bearing load. So bearing load is kind of this. अगर आपका pressure, the force ऐसा है, varying throughout this direction को कहीं पे ज्यादा है, थोड़ा कम, थोड़ा कम, थोड़ा कम. Okay, so in this case one can apply the same force as a bearing load rather than pressure, rather than line pressure, etc. Okay, so this way there is a change in the boundary condition. Second, one can think of this constraint. See, what is the second thing, the second boundary condition? That the bottom portion, bottom surface of the stand is on the tabletop. So it has a restriction in the motion only in y direction. Okay, so one can say कि displacement along y direction is fixed, or one can say कि नहीं, पूरा का पूरा surface I'll treat it as a fixed support. One can say nahi, it is having kind of only restriction to slide. Okay, so different types of frictionless support is there. So these kind of things can be changed. So it depends on the analyst how he interpret the project. So coming back to our problem statement and boundary condition, we are going to apply bearing load. Okay, so I'll click on the bearing load. One can go for force, one can go for pressure, or even line pressure. So I'll go with the bearing load. So I'll click on bearing load. We need to select a area on which the load is applied. Okay, the entity or location from the geometry. So I need to select this area. Now one thing I would like to show here, student, when you are working in the graphics window of ANSYS, you should be aware about how to work with the views. So to zoom in and zoom out, scroll in, scroll out करो. Then अगर rotate करना है geometry, press and hold the roller button or roller. This way you can rotate. If you'd like to pan the geometry, press and hold control key and press and hold a roller also. This way you can pan. Okay, so zoom in, zoom out, then pan, rotate. Next, front view, side view, top view. Just click on the axis or direction like this. X pe kiya to you will get a front view. Z pe you will get the side view. Click on Y axis, you will get top view. If you would like to come back to isometric view, click on this ball. This is your isometric view. Okay, so हो गया अपना view का toolbar. Little zoom in carefully. Select the surface carrying the bearing load. So I'll select this. Now, what if you are having more than two surfaces on which the load is acting? So press and hold control key and you can do multiple selection. So this way you can do multiple selection. Okay. Okay, so I'll simply delete this load. Okay, so again right click, static structural, insert bearing load. Then I'll select this area and say apply. Here we have a button called as a apply. So click on apply. So geometry जो भी होगा उस पे load add हो जाएगा. It will be get applied. The but magnitude or the vector is not present right now. Only zero amount of force is applied. So we will add direction and magnitude. Okay. So I generally prefer to go for defining the load using component of the forces rather than vector. Okay, so here defined by vector की जगह I'll select component. Components. Now if you look at the geometry, x direction and z direction doesn't have any kind of load or force. So 0 x direction में and 0 in the z component. We have only force acting in y direction but going downward with the magnitude of 42 Newton. Okay, so we know the magnitude, that is 42 Newton. So in y component add 42, enter. So if you look closely in the geometry, you will find arrow is going upward, but the magnitude is correct, 42. Now we will change the direction. Simply add minus to your y component, minus sign to your y component, press enter. Okay, so the load has been applied in negative y direction of 42 Newton. Now we will apply a second thing of boundary condition, that is constraint. So how to apply this? Go back to the static structural, right click, insert, and then select the appropriate constraint. So I'll go with the simple one, that is fixed support. Click on fixed support. Now we need to flip this geometry. So rotate this, carefully find out the face which is on the top of table. Okay, carefully find out. Okay, so this is the face on which there will be contact between stand and table. So I'll select that and click on apply. Again, I'll verify, have we done the correct way? Yes, I have selected the bottom surface. That's it. So this is our boundary condition. So we have imported geometry. So we have given geometrical property, we have given material property, we have given boundary condition, and we are done with the meshing also. So all the input parameter are there. Just we need to ask ANSYS mechanical to solve our problem. Okay, so how to say that? Right click on the static structural and click on solve. It will take some moment and it will solve your problem because it's very easy. Okay, so the solution is done. So ANSYS has solved the problem. We need to call the results now. So results we are interested in are stresses and a deformation. So right click on the solution, insert total deformation, insert stress value. If someone is interested in strain, I'm not, you can select strain also. So when we apply insert stresses, you will find generally most of the time we will select equivalent 1 minus stresses. The reason is you always check. If you recall, you have a good concept of design, you know that you check your design using some of the theories of failure, and the most prominent theory of failure is one Mises theory. Okay, so you calculate one Mises stresses and you compare that with the permissible stress to check your design, is it safe or is it failed design. So similarly, but if you have some other approach, you can select maximum shear stress, Tesca theory, or principal stress theory, etc. Okay, or even you can go for normal stresses, shear stresses, etc. So we have added equivalent stress, that means one Mises stress. Then one more thing we are going to add. If you recall, when I was discussing about material property, I told you to please add sigma y, tensile yield strength. The reason is whenever you are completing your design and you do perform analysis, it is good to have the value of design factor or factor of safety. How much safe our design is. Okay, and you know factor of safety is equal to the permissible stress or sigma y divided by induced stress. How much is allowed stress or how much is the sigma y yield strength divided by the stress which is induced in the current boundary in the current situation in our component. Okay, so this way you can calculate the factor of safety or design factor. So that's why we have inserted sigma y in this case. So let's add that factor of safety we would like to compute. So go to tools and add stress tool. Add stress tool here. Okay, that's it. Now right click on solution and ask ANSYS to evaluate all the result. Click on evaluate all result. So in moment it will calculate all the result. If you look, if you select total deformation, so these are the deformation in your system. Okay, little zoom in. Now you can animate also. So click on graph and animation. You can play the animation for your total deformation. So under the application upload, it will behave in this way. If you look at the front view, it seems as soon as you load the TV, the bottom portion is going to hit the table. Bulge हो रहा है वो totally. So, but don't believe in the colors or animation in the workbench, because the workbench has tendency to magnify, to exaggerate your results. Okay, look for the values. I have told you in the first assignment, look for the values. So if you see, the maximum displacement observed or generated is 0.36 mm. Unit is mm. सिर्फ t 0.36 mm का displacement हो रहा है. The ANSYS have magnified the results by 43 times. ठीक है? So if you would like to see the true scale, just go to this result and select true scale. Okay, and now play the animation. Okay, nothing seems to be happening there, but if you zoom in little, you will get a feel. Yes, there is some small amount of displacement in the top, but how much is that? Only 0.36 mm. So that is your true result. So by displacement point of view, it looks okay. Now let's check out stresses. Click on equivalent stress. The maximum stress induced is 3.56 megapascal. It's very small in the magnitude. Where it is, you can flip this. This is the area where there is a maximum stress, because there is a sudden change in the cross section area. Thickness is small. The force will be generated, transferred in that way. Stress will be concentrated in that those corners. Generally आपको पता है कि corners में या फिर holes area में, pockets के area में around stresses ज़्यादा develop होते हैं. Okay, so these are the stresses. 3.56 megapascal. Now I told you about the factor of safety. Now see, the sigma y is 37 and maximum stress is around 3 point something. So if you solve this, factor of safety is around or more than 10 or 12. Factor of safety is more than 12 based on these calculation. Okay, so if you go into the results, and under stress tool, there is a safety factor. If you click it, see the value is more than 10 to 12. The variation is from 10 to 12. There is no red zone in our system, in our results. कहीं पे भी red area नहीं है. So nowhere we have a factor of safety 0. So that means the complete design is too safe. It's too safe. Okay, so that is it about the analysis. Now I'll tell you about the term work submission, what you need to paste in the project report or in this report of assignment. Quickly, we have 1 minute. I'll show you. First thing, okay, so you will open up a word file. In the word file, you will start with the photograph of this. ये image paste करो under problem definition or problem statement. Okay. Second, click on mesh, paste this image under mesh. Okay, now while pasting, instead of going for snipping tool or going for print screen option, the best option available is here, print preview. Click on this print preview. So whenever you are working on your final year project, please store all the images of your results, all the things by print preview. इसको save करके रख दो. Okay, so save this file, save picture as. So whenever you need to import into your report, you can paste it there or copy and paste it. So use this print preview. Then a mesh paste करने के बाद click on static structural. Now this image will demonstrate the boundary condition, both boundary condition. By A, the location of load with the magnitude, and by B, the area which is fixed, which is constraint. Both the things are described in this way. So paste this image, boundary condition, then click on total deformation. So under results, deformation, you are going to paste this image. Then stresses, strain, safety factor, and so on. So I hope you got the idea. Let me know your comments or doubts in the chat window. If you don't have any kind of doubts, you can enter your roll number and leave the session. Thank you guys.